Good afternoon. This is Mrs. Crawford. I just wanted to do a quick kind of tutorial video about some of the websites that I mentioned in my Bloom's class and on through Skyward email. I will tell you that I am at home with my 3 boys, so if you hear some background noise or me putting my mom hat on, it is what it is. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do, and my window is kind of small here that's recording, but you're going to go to classroom.google.com to access Google Classroom. You're probably going to see something that looks a little bit like this. If you go to sign in over here on the side and hit Google Classroom, another tab should pop up for your student to enter their login information. So even though this is a generic Google window, if they put in everything correctly, they should still be able to access what they're looking for. So their user ID should be their 6-digit student ID number and they're going to enter students.alvinisd.net, and they'll hit next here. Now I know you see my email address there, but I just wanted you to see an example of what the student email address should look like. Next, they're going to put in their password, which should be their first initial, last initial, year that they were born, followed by 2 zeros. So if the only way that would be different, so it looks something like this. The only way that would be different is if your student changed their password. If they can't remember what their password is, I will have to put in a ticket for their password to be changed, that's about a 24-hour turnaround time. But if that's the case, just let me know. I can get their password reset and let you know what the new one is via email. Now, all the classes I have are going to pop up here, but your student is going to look for the one that says Crawford Science. Also, they're going to look for the one that says Crawford Science or whatever their homeroom class is. Hebel Science, Butler Science, Chavarria Science, any of those things. Now, they're going to come to classwork, and the only thing that they're looking for is whatever I post under 4th 9 weeks. Any of the archived assignments, those are from a previous 9 weeks. They don't have to do those. But what I've assigned for them so far, Science Rock is just a song that's going to tell them about the properties of soil. And then I've also assigned a Legends of Learning path that they should be familiar with accessing, because the students have done this in class before. So when they get into Legends of Learning, it's a lot easier to log in if they've already logged in via Google. So the students know how to do this, but just in case they've forgotten, they'll hit play now. And they'll follow the teacher playlist. All the instructions that they should be following are on the assignment that I've posted here in Google Classroom. I also wanted to show you all Imagine Math real quick. Okay, next is Imagine Learning, and I know you can't see my address bar, but I'm just in a Google window, and I'm typing in Imagine Math. Since I'm at home, I don't have access to the Alvin ISD intranet to provide you a direct link, but as you can see here, it's math.imaginelearning.com. I'm just going to click this, and your student's user ID for this site is going to be their student ID number twice. So as this loads, I'll show you real quick what they're going to be looking for. Okay, this is Imagine Math. You're going to want to make sure that the student tab is clicked. Like I said before, their username is going to be their 6-digit student ID number. Their password is also their 6-digit ID number. And their site code is the same for everyone, 4808090. And then you're going to click Log In. So once your student gets logged into Imagine Math, they'll see something like this. This is what they'll be looking at. And according to Ms. Hebel, for this week, they need to do 45 minutes of Imagine Math each day. Each student has an avatar here. Please make sure that your student is not hanging out on the avatar, picking clothes and stuff like that, counting it as time. When they're logged in, we really want them doing lessons, and wherever they last left off, if they'll just hit start, it'll put them right back where they were on whatever lesson it was that they were doing. One more site that I want to walk through accessing with you all, because they probably will use it, and that is Stemscopes. Your students should be very familiar with how to access Stemscopes, but just in case they aren't, it's another thing you can just Google, and that's all one word, STEMSCOPES. I'm just opening up a browser window, and here is Stemscopes. And if you like, you can also just click directly on login. But I want to walk you through what you may see if you're helping your student to get logged in. Okay, this is what you'll see when you log into the home screen on Stemscopes. You will hit log in here. And I always tell the kids, just go ahead, hit log in, because even if you enter your user ID, it's going to ask you to continue forward and enter your password as well. So just like in Imagine Math, the same thing with Stemscopes. Their user ID and their password is their 6-digit student ID number. So this is a login screen that you'll see, and where your student will put in their 6-digit student ID as their username and their password, and they're going to go over and click login. Now, sometimes what will happen is your student is logging in and will ask for, you to search the campus. If you will put in, type in Bell with one L, B-E-L, and space, and then scroll down, you should see Bell Sanchez Elementary, Alvin ISD as one of the selections. Once you hit login, your student will then be dropped onto a home screen for them to click on their assignment. When your student logs in, it should drop them directly into assignments. I know it's kind of hard to see up here at the top, but that's the assignments tab. A lot of times the students will say, oh, I'm completely done. But until you see a thumbs up sign saying all your assignments are done, your child still has assignments to do. So when they go in to access the assignment, they actually have to click on the letters of the assignment, as you see that I'm doing here, to access the assignment. And this is all my oldest son's stuff that we're looking at here. But when I assign things in Stemscopes, that's where it will be. They don't have a Stemscopes assignment this week, but coming up in the coming weeks, I will be utilizing Stemscopes for their science assignments. Again, as usual, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email. My email address is acrawford@alvinisd.net. And the best way I feel to reach me, because a notice pops up right on my phone, is via our Bloom's class. And I emailed that code out earlier today. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone, but give me just a second here. The code for our homeroom Bloom's class is the number 5. F is in Frank, P is in Paul, Z is in zebra, Q is in quiet, and the number 7. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thanks.